Botox, lip fillers, butt injections. Oh my. The price of being beautiful is $1 billion industry. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. I woke up like this. I'm Alvin King, and this is We Speak.
Can I have $1? Yeah, it's right. I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No. What about your sister's room? It's not there either. The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet? There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Today I'm going to talk about Patty. Patty's best characteristics, she's stupid. Stupid and ugly. Everything she does is ugly. Watch her eat. Watch her stuff her face. Look at her. Greasy hair, dirty fingernails. It makes me want to vomit. Get a life, Patty. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to We Speak. I'm Alvin King, your host and moderator, and I'm here today with our panel once again. I'd like to introduce Ernest Collins to my left, Mrs. Shayna Taylor to my left here, Riley Knox, how you doing, Riley, and Mr. Richie Sky. Well, today our show is on aging and beauty. And we have a few questions that we want to run by you guys to see how you feel about it. Of course, we know that a lot of what we do is all about image. Would everyone agree? I mean, it's all about image. So my first question today is, why does time seem to pass faster as we get older? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I thought about it. I don't have the answer.
You don't?
Yeah, absolutely. It does. I mean, the older you get, time does seems to just pass away.
Well, just yesterday I was 20, and today
it wasn't yesterday.
It was yesterday, and today I'm 22, and I feel like I'm a little bit more mature than I was. And you know, this is funny. I asked that question, and thank you, Riley and Shayna, for not even bothering to answer that question. That was such a lady. You're such a lady. I love that. So we'll go to question number 2. Recently, there has been a 40% rise in the percentage of men getting butt implants.
You know what? I'm all for it. Like I say, if whatever you don't like about yourself, fix it. You only have one life to live, and just like you said, it's going by faster. You might as well be happy with what you got. Sure. So if you don't like it, fix it.
Did you say men getting butt implants?
Yes, men are getting.
Men want booties too.
Yeah. Well, I think I have to agree with Richie. I think, if you're going to do it because I mean there's some flat bottom brothers out here who who go to the gym. You see them in the gym and they're working out, and everything up here from their waist up is all big and huge, and then all of a sudden you kind of scale down. You're like this. You just want to start doing the funky chicken.
Oh no, see you bordering on black man problem. See, black men at the gym sometimes we don't work out our legs.
It's the jail body. It's the jail body.
So what we do is we concentrate up here and we forget that these are the muscles in our body. You know what I'm saying? So, do some squats first before you opt for the butt.
You don't have that.
Well, I mean,
But if you need to go get a butt implant, I mean, I come from a world where I've seen people or guys do a lot of steroids. And so my question is, and I haven't done any research on this, what is the most safe way to achieve that hump in your rump? You know, is it
Squats.
Squats,
lunges, deadlifts, abductors, adductors, kickbacks. What else? One-legged deadlifts.
Some grits, some
cornbread,
mashed potatoes,
collard
macaroni and
greens.
cheese.
Yeah, all of that.
But you all know we live in a world where we want it now.
Okay, so
We want it now. We don't want to wait.
As far as surgery, I've been told, or at least from what I've seen on TV also, Dr. Oz even said that the safest way, if you're going to choose one of those ways, fat transfer is the most safe way. That's where they liposuck fat from they harvest it from one area, and then they put it into another area of your body.
That's great.
That
Looks like a 2-for-1 special.
Yes, because you can get really fat for like a week, and then you can get, you know. But that is known as the safest way to do it. Butt implants never look real to me. Like they always look really funny. And did you guys ever see the YouTube video of the woman whose implant flipped? And she could flip it around in her inside. You could see it flip backwards. It was horrible.
I don't think I want to see that. I don't think I want to see that.
It's enough to make you not want that.
Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad
One more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
What do you fear most about the aging process of getting older, or do you fear getting older? Has that ever crossed your mind?
You know, I don't fear getting older. I feel acting old. Getting to a point where I just feel like life has just brought me down. Like, I don't ever want to feel like that. As long as I feel how I feel now, I'm fine.
Yeah, I have to agree. I never, you know, I may be the senior of the cast here today. I'm not sure, but I may be. But my inner child is so much bigger and brighter than my age. So I know other people, friends who are in my age group. I know you all are watching this. I know. But I've never been the kind of person that I act my age, but I don't feel old, or I don't feel like I want to do old things. I want to just keep it fresh and keep it moving. So the aging process for me has never been an issue. I actually welcome it, to be honest.
I think for me, I look at the women in my family. Like I look at my mother and my grandmother and my aunts, and they have aged so gracefully and they look good. So I'm not worried about that part. I think for me, I'm worried about gravity kicking in. That's about it. If I woke up one day and these girls were down there and this thing was dropped, I don't know how I would feel. I think that's the scariest thing about aging. No surgery for me. I'm a natural girl today. Now you talk to me.
Let it drop.
Yeah, let it drop. Let it drop too far. And then we may have to circle back to how I feel about butt implants and other implants. But for today, that's my only worry.
Yeah, my family members are I have aunts who are in their 80s actually, and I mean they are very, very vibrant and very lively, and I do come from a family where, all of us who are at that seasoned age, if you will, we just make it happen, and we don't think about our age so much. So that's a good place where I like to be. What aspect of getting older has been the most different than what you thought it would be?
I used to have these ideas when I was like in my 20s or in my teens of like what it was going to be like when I was 34 years old, 34, 35 years old. Like by the time I'm 35, it's going to be year 2015. Oh my God, that's so far away. Well, life is going to be so different, and by even as far back as or as recent as my late 20s, I thought, well, by 35, I will definitely have a child. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm turning 34 in 2 months. So, and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my God, like that it seemed so far away then, and then it happened, like you said, so fast. It's so different than I thought it would be. I think the wonderful thing about being in my 30s as opposed to being in my 20s is the same issues come up that happened in my 20s. The difference is because of the experiences that I had in my 20s, I now know how to navigate through my 30s. And so, aging, I don't mind aging on the inside, like being the wisdom that you get from being older, I don't mind that at all. I don't want to ever act like I'm like you said, like I'm a senior citizen. I plan to be, kicking around because that's the example also that I have in my family too, the women in my family and the men too they've aged very gracefully, but they also have very vibrant lives, and I think that's what keeps them, so youthful, is being, eternally a kid inside.
That is so very important. I think being in touch with your inner child, and I say that because I know that I really am, and I think if I wasn't in touch with my inner child, I think I would be that guy who walked around who, didn't want to go out, didn't think that going to certain places would be any fun anymore. Well, I'm not that guy, so
I wrestle with that because at what point is that society, and at what point is that you? You know what I mean? Like, who dictates what you can do at what age and what looks appropriate, except for you? You know what I mean? So I kind of struggle with that as I get older, I think. Because there are certain things that I probably just don't wear stylistically that I just didn't when I was 20. But that's probably just me, I think, just growing with my taste, if that makes sense. Not necessarily because I think, well, I'm too old to do that. No, it's just I think that my tastes have become more refined as I've gotten older. I have to think about it like that so I don't worry so much about how I look to other people. Just I think about what I want to do. Everything in my life should be about what brings me joy. And if it doesn't bring me joy, I'm just not going to do it. And
I think it's a little different for guys than it is for women when you're talking about age appropriateness. I think I was looking at the Oscars the other day, and there was a woman of a certain age, and I think she probably was late 40s, or at least her skin looked that way. But she had on a crop top. It was like her stomach was out in your late 40s. Not age appropriate.
But see, I think there's a way to wear that in your like, now you have the tops that aren't like all your midriff out, but there's just a sliver of it. Yes. Did she have the whole thing out?
It was like a
big chunk.
It was enough. It was
enough, yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like a diamond. It was a cutout.
Yeah.
Well, obviously she did not look good in this gown because
I don't even know. And it wasn't even, because her body was probably fine or nice to do it.
Right.
But it just didn't feel age appropriate.
Yeah. And I get what you're saying, and I get what you're saying too, because I went through this period like when I was in my late 20s where I was just like, okay, I cannot ever wear a like crop bolero jacket ever again that's so young, let me stop shopping in the junior section, But also I think like you dress for your body type and also for your age too, because I have the best body now that I've had in my entire life. I didn't have this body in my 20s, you know, and so there's things in my 20s that I definitely should not have been, that I wear now that no, I couldn't have worn in my 20s. But the taste is a little different too. The taste is more refined. It's not, you know, I'm not following after every single trend and every single, you know, thing that every girl is wearing. I mean, I'll never wear my hair up in pigtails or anything, or, you know, but I wear my hair up in a ponytail, and you know, I look younger then, even when I do it. I think certain things you do when you do them, you sometimes look younger, and some things are aging.
Right.
You know, but I think you have to find the line between your body type and also your age and how you feel. So it's like all three of those to take into consideration, all three.
So hard looking good.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Its name is Killer. Thought of to be a thriller, worldwide wrecker, putting a scratch on people's records, leaving them without a song to sing. Killer passing, killer going, kill a person like no other killer. Spreads like a rumor from one person to another. Don't stay protected and you'll end up like the other. A killer with no words, a killer with no sounds, a killer that will do whatever to take you out of bounds. But hold up, back it up. Let's take it back to where you should have wrapped it up. Now I said what I had to say, I did what I had to do. Now all that's left for me to do is wrap it up, I'm through.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Recently, stories of models eating cotton balls soaked in orange juice to stay thin was publicized. I've never heard of that. I've been in the fashion industry for a very long time, and when I read this, I thought, holy cow. What? Help me. Is anybody aware of this?
When I heard about this, the first thing I thought, well, technically cotton is a vegetable, but it grows. But that is absolutely insane. Like
it's nasty.
Yeah, that is
cotton.
It's supposed to like make them feel full and like
out,
yeah. But that is insane. The things that people go through, the extreme things that people go through. You know, and they're already thin, so it's like eating, a burger right before a show is not going to kill them because it's not going to show up. You know, it's a while before we'd actually see the effects of a burger on them.
How did they come up with that?
Who was the first person that said, "Let me try it. I'll be the guinea pig. Let's try taking a cotton ball and dipping it in orange juice and swallowing it."
And then you told somebody.
And you told somebody, you know, girl, what works for me? And then she told somebody, and then it worked for everyone. And then now everybody's doing it. And now we're talking
eating
about
cotton in the back.
One cotton ball or
started it all.
You get a bowl.
Right.
You get
How many things? One doesn't seem like it's filling.
You could probably eat a bowl. Like
so the next time
you can eat as many as you want because it doesn't fill you up. You know, it's not filling.
Well, when you all come over to my house for dinner, as an appetizer, we're going to try. We're going to have cotton ball and orange juice, okay?
Soak them in vodka and then some of us will
So the next time we do the show, you can say you did it, okay?
Well, yeah, we'll have our
So
vitamin C.
we're going to try it. Why does society put such high emphasis on physical beauty?
Oh, God. That's
Because
a long.
Well, I mean,
because it sells and it looks pretty.
I think it's odd though that society dictates instead of we, the consumers, dictating what is beautiful to us. You know, it's a sad thing because that's one person's view on what beauty is when there's so many different types of beauty, and the thing about beauty is it is debatable. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think
advertisers and businesses have products that they need to sell.
Yes.
So we need to tell you what's beautiful so that you can go out and purchase those products.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I got a family member who combs every magazine there is to find why someone is too beautiful, and she will not stop until she writes a letter to brands saying that why did you lighten this person up, or why did you do, or why is this person too thin? People do that. People will write in. When you just said that, it made me think. People will write in and say, you know, that this magazine or this brand is putting too much emphasis on beauty. Where's the regular person? Well, we all know that.
I don't want to see that. I see the regular person all the time. When I look at this magazine, I want to see a flawless piece of beauty that I want to be like, or that someone else should want to be like. That's what's going to sell.
Right.
The regular person is not going to sell. Me waking up in the morning, it's not going to sell.
Right.
It's
But
gonna sell.
me after Photoshop, that's going to sell.
You'll sell more.
Well, and for the person who, you know, who writes that, not you, Auntie, but the person who goes out there and spend all their time doing this, my question is, are you going to put on that bikini? Are you, are you?
But why is she doing
Are
it?
you going
Like,
to
I
buy
don't
that
understand.
bikini? Why is it?
She don't have to buy the magazine.
So that's interesting that someone who could probably be in the ad is the person that's now advocating for people who aren't as beautiful as her. That's commendable.
I think we all need something to aspire to. I think most people are smart enough to know that these people do not look like their picture. The picture's been Photoshopped. Photoshop is on everything, you know. And I think it becomes an issue of like, are people? We're not selling you reality. We're selling you a fantasy. Because that fantasy will cause you to buy a product and want of that fantasy. You see this person on a horse riding off into the sunset, and you think, well, my life could be like that too if I just buy this product. You know, they're selling you a fantasy. It's not reality.
Exactly.
Well, people try to make that their reality, though, which is why you now see people going and getting the butt injections and the breast implants because they're trying to.
Because they know they'll never be
say.
perfect, but at least there's something to aspire to. There are people who are perfectionists, even though they'll never be perfect. You know, we put ourselves together and make ourselves look a certain way because we, you know, want to look our best self. You know, even though we know it's never going to be perfect.
I personally, I don't have any issues, you know, with it.
I love it. I live for it, actually.
I love it too.
It's my life.
Yeah, I have no problem.
I honestly don't. But if a person is told all their life that they are very attractive, are they to blame if it goes to their head?
I don't know.
I think being humble is always, it's a very strong feature for anybody. You know, I think you should be able to take a compliment, criticism, whatever it is, and not let it go to a point that you start questioning yourself or whatever else it is, you know, that's being said. You know, you have to, my thing is loving yourself. I love me enough that it's really kind of hard. There's not really a magazine that can show me, I mean, maybe an outfit that I may see that I will look for that, but other than that, trying to look like someone or trying to dress, that just never really worked for me. You know, I'm a humble guy, you know, we all have our faults, you know, and our flaws, but I think if more people humble themselves and not so much feed into what it is other people say. I try not to listen to a lot of, like, some of my friends will tell me, hey, what you're wearing, I don't like that, but I look at what you're wearing, and it's like, you really can't tell me, because what you're wearing is nothing that I would ever, I mean, not knocking what you're wearing, you know, but I mean, as an individual, I'm an individual, and I think people usually will go further if you find time to love yourself and go for what works for you.
And not be concerned
no matter what,
with it.
It's nothing worse than someone buying an outfit and the outfit wearing them, as opposed to them wearing the outfit.
Well,
it's easy to say with these.
I've never seen anything like that.
You know, I come from the opposite end of that because when I grew up, I was called skinny, like, you know, just as, and being a guy, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of difficult, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I thought growing up that I looked like an alien. So it wasn't until recently that I became okay with how I look today, you know? But I still have those thoughts of, going to school and people calling me that. But look at me now. So I have always wanted to say that. But, it's still in the back of my mind. So when I do see ads and when I do go on Instagram, I do kind of think like, you see all these people, selfies with their abs and that sort of thing. And I'm just like, eating my slice of pizza. And I'm thinking to myself, I work out, I do this and I do that, and I still don't look like that. I mean, even as old, and I guess as somewhat mature as I am, I still am impacted by those types of things.
When life's this hard, graduating can be even harder. But you can help Ativa and the students in your community make it through by visiting boostup.org.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
And she took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
How much does confidence play in that? Because
big part of
it's
it.
It's a big part of it. Confidence
because
is.
It doesn't matter. Just like you were saying, it doesn't matter how many people. Even if you were told, the question originally was, does it go to? Are they responsible for it going to their head if someone says they've been told their whole life that they were gorgeous or they're beautiful, whatever? It doesn't matter if you were told your whole life that you were ugly. There's the opposite end of that. It's all about how you feel about yourself, the confidence. So if you are really beautiful, I think people who are really beautiful still know that they are beautiful, but it's the conscious decision to be a good person because character is the thing to possess, I think Kim Kardashian knows that she's gorgeous. She's made money off of being gorgeous, I think, there are models that know that they have their job for a reason, but it's all about the confidence you have and the mindset, how you see yourself, because the world is never going to see you the way you see yourself, and they're never going to see you the way you want them to see you. So it's all about perspective. It's about how you see yourself and the confidence.
I bring that up because I know from my own personal style, being a Gemini, number one, has a lot to do with it too. I tend to base how I look, I not necessarily characters, but say if I feel like being a cowboy one day, I'm going to be a cowboy. If I feel like being and I know there's some people watching this who know that. If I feel like I want to look like I just stepped off some school bus and go to work, I'm going to look like that. If I don't want to look like I walked off of Wall Street, my confidence in me, when I decide to do that, there's no one or anything that can tell me that otherwise. And that my confidence helps me get through that process. And so, because I like, not role playing, I just like
talk to us about that.
Different images. No, that's the whole. That's not role playing. Image. We're talking about image. We're talking about different images.
Not costumes.
Not costumes. Okay.
I am guilty of something. I think image is everything. Right down to the point where I'm going to walk down to the store. I find myself not just without combing my hair or without putting on a hat or without putting on something presentable. And people struggle with, but you never know who's going to see it.
Life's a stage.
I absolutely agree with you.
I agree
Life
with that
is a
110%.
Why are you doing all this, But image is everything.
Life's a stage, and you're always on camera. I don't care where you are, not just on this set. You're always on camera. So you got to be ready as much as you can.
That's true.
So you're not on stage, you're about to be on stage.
So tell me, do you feel better do you fare better in life if you were smarter or if you were better looking? Do you think you would fare better if you were smarter or better looking? You got to pick one.
I think you have to have a little bit of both, though. You're going to pick one?
No, because there's some dumb, pretty people.
So let me say this.
There's some dumb.
Are you saying better than what we presently look like?
Do you think?
You're like, I'm already fine.
Like, am I okay now? Like, you know.
I want you to take me where you want to go. I want to know if.
Okay, one of y'all go first.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
So Tyra Banks had done this experiment on her show, and she took these two identical twin girls, and she sent them out on job interviews to see who would fare better. Identical twins. So one of them, she kind of gave her pimples and made her skin look a little bit not as clear as it normally was. But she armed her with like this amazing resume. So she had education, experience, everything, and she interviewed well. Sent her on some job interviews. And then she sent her sister, who showed up like her regular gorgeous self, no experience, no education, and just interviewed like, who cares, I'm here, I'm pretty. And the pretty one landed more jobs than the other one with the experience and had a perfect resume to fit what it was she was interviewing for. And they did it several times.
Don't you want to go to work and look at pretty people, though?
It would just depend on what the job is.
Do you know that they can discriminate? You can't discriminate on against like race and all this stuff, but you can discriminate on looks. Did you know that?
Absolutely.
Like, it's legal. They can say things like, she detracts from our decor.
She doesn't
or
fit
we
the
don't think
culture.
she's a good fit for our team. They can say things like that. And I think we are so visually driven as people, and I'm guilty of it too, but we're so visually driven as people that that's just the society we live in, you know. It's sad sometimes, you know, but it depends on what industry you're in, honestly.
Right,
because the way I look is about 80% of my business.
Your brain.
Think
You
about
know,
it, though.
yeah.
Who are you going to date? The pimply person who's a little bit smarter, or the better looking person? Who are you probably going to talk to?
Well, the initial attraction comes
Exactly.
from
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's the same with the job interview. That's your initial interaction.
but if they're identical twins, okay, just in this case, and if looking at them physically, okay, forget their face. We're just talking about their bodies. Depending on what you're attracted to. I guess what I'm saying is, depending on what you're attracted to, will determine who will you date. The not so pretty one or the pretty one. And then, if they got a little bit of game in their talk, their discussion, you might fall for that. So it's all subjective in a way, don't you think?
And you can't dispute taste.
But generally speaking, if you saw them, who are you going to choose?
Well, dating and hiring is different. Because,
is it?
Well, for me,
Is
yeah.
it really?
For me, there are people that I would date that I wouldn't hire.
Yes.
Because
I'm
I want
sorry.
my company ran right. I want somebody efficient. I want them smart. I want them to take care of business.
Don't you want your home? Your home is your company too.
Not so much.
Kind of
Because I'm
sort of.
smart and I can take
you know
care of
what?
business. So I'm good with that. So home just got to be fine. No, I mean, but it's just different. 'Cause
Yeah.
With work, I need you to be efficient. That's way more important. You can be efficient and fine, then by all means, but you can't just be good looking and not smart.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Do you like this top? It's so gay.
Really?
Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
I think it's absolutely right because it depends on the field. Like, obviously you wouldn't care what the person's going to look like if their job is to be in a cubicle behind a computer.
Because I don't want to see you anyway.
Yeah, it's like you're not dealing with the public.
Right.
But a lot of department stores and a lot of retail stores hire people based on what they look like. I was hired once. I'm not ashamed to say it. I was hired once to sell shaving cream in a men's store based solely on what I look like. I didn't know anything about shaving cream and selling products, shaving cream to a man. But I was hired there as eye candy in the store. And my uniform was tight pencil skirts and cleavage and hair and makeup. And that was and high heels. And that's what I was there basically to entice men to come into the store. And I think just about almost every job I've had since then, I've been hired based on what I look like. But, it depends on the field. It depends on the job itself.
But back to your question, though, do you think that kind of raises the point that you can't have both?
No, I think you can have both.
Because I think sometimes we don't think that the better looking person is always the smartest.
Well,
Tyra Banks and Cindy Crawford, the Harvard graduate. Tyra went to Harvard.
I'm looking at this group right here. All of you are beautiful.
I'm just saying,
and
I think
smart.
that, sometimes, and based on the question alone, I think sometimes that people tend to think that.
Well, that smart people are
that pretty people just aren't that smart.
Well, okay.
They're usually not. I'm kidding.
Oh, see?
I'm kidding.
Okay, then.
Shannon, you talking about yourself? You're a pretty girl.
I'm an exception to the rule. I'm just saying.
Then,
it happened.
Then why are some traditionally attractive people are not conceited, while some obviously unattractive people are conceited? What do you think attributes to that?
Because they have nothing to lose.
It's the fake me out.
They have nothing to lose, and you probably identify with this. No. When it comes to men hitting on you.
Correct.
When it comes to men hitting, I'm not talking about she's gorgeous.
I get offended.
When it comes to men hitting on you, have you ever found that a really attractive guy will sometimes not say anything to you, but just kind of like wait to see if you'll say something first, and then an unattractive guy has the most swag? Has the most because he has the most confidence, not swag, not swag, right? Has the most confidence because he has nothing to lose. He goes up to you. If he gets shot down, it's just like, okay, well,
they're playing the numbers game. I used to get offended when I was younger. I would get offended.
The numbers game?
Yeah, I'm like, does he really think he can come and talk? I used to get offended when I was younger.
Yeah.
And, people just tell you, they're playing the numbers game. Yeah. He's got to get 10 no's to get to the one yes. And I'm like, well, don't put me on the list because there's no curve here. Like, why are you? But I get it. I know it.
It's all digital. Inside joke, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag digital. Okay. Digital. There's a new weight loss technique that's being used in California. A doctor sews the patch to your tongue. This patch makes it extremely uncomfortable for you to eat solid foods. The doctor then places you on an 800-calorie liquid diet. Would you do this? Is this something that you would do?
Put it on my tongue.
Sew it.
Right.
Sew it.
Sew it. Sew it. It's never coming off.
Sew it.
What is this?
You
patch?
to my tongue?
Sew it.
Sew it on your tongue. It's sewn on your tongue.
No, for that reason alone.
Yeah, I no.
No, I love food too much.
I like to taste my food too. I like to eat.
Sew it? Is it permanent?
Well, no, because you can unstitch something, but in this case,
it's a weight loss
it's meant to stay on your tongue.
Just eat the cotton.
How about that? Get the orange juice and cotton and
I
be
would
done
rather
with
do
it.
that than sew something to my tongue.
Well,
how do you even do that anyway? Do you guys know that things inside of your mouth heal so fast that how do they sew that to your tongue and it doesn't start to irritate as it's starting to heal?
What I'm thinking about is if I sew something to my tongue, my husband's gonna get pissed because I know he's gonna be thinking, "Wait, okay, I just can't imagine. Just everything.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's
everything stop. Just lifestyle. No, don't do it. Okay, I'm just checking. I be divorced and then
just do it when you're mad at him.
911, operator 901. Where's the emergency?
127 Bremere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushrooms.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency
Do you
line.
know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
She keeps me warm. She keeps me warm. She keeps me warm.
My heart doesn't see race.
Love has no age limit.
That's my best friend.
We are neighbors and best friends.
We all have different religions, but we have universal love as well.
I love my sister.
Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
First of all, they should put the camera on Riley or you or you or you.
Nuh-uh, because I'm going to give a reaction.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. I woke up like this. I'm Alvin King, and this is We Speak. I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry.
Shoot. Alvin.
Yes, sir.
Straight ahead. Camera 2. Introspective.
Well, he said he's already done this flawless thing.
Yes.
Malcolm X.
Oh, Malcolm X, like?
Confused.
Baffled?
Baffled. Complacent.
Gregarious.
Dictionary words.
There you go. Shayna, give me some straight ahead, please.
Some straight ahead.
To the left. To the right.
Oh, my love is eternal.
My love is eternal.
Interested?
My love is eternal.
Fascinated.
Wait. What was it?
Outraged.
She had a stomach.
Happy.
He just said some looks.
Wait.
What you said, you're mad.
I don't know how to look sad. Okay.
Interested? Passionate.
Lick your lips. Lick your
All
lips.
these look the
You
same.
know what they're gonna do? They're gonna cut those in like they did for
Okay, we're good.
Housewives.
Fascinated?
Roddy gonna take us home.
Bored. Alleged.
Don't be looking over here.
There you go.
Feel like you're doing something to get
Can we have some brain?
Wait, Roddy, you do that too well.
She can't what?
She can move all the muscles in her face. Like, she's amazing at doing it all. So what happens when she gets Botox? She's not going to be able to do that. So we'll know when she's at 24.
What?
Okay.
Just as with one of our previous episodes, we introduced a segment called I Speak. So I wanted to know if there was a topic that any of the panel members wanted to throw on the table before we close tonight and have a little discussion. I actually have one that I'd like to throw on the table.
Throw it on the table.
I know there's some history around the sagging jeans or the sagging pants on guys. I know there's some history behind it. A lot of which I think some of the guys who do it don't know what the history really is behind the sagging jeans. But I want to know if you're going to wear your jeans or your pants so far down where your behind is exposed, and someone, I'm just going to be, if a guy looks at it, why are you going to get mad?
I agree with you. We've
When
talked
you
about that
when
on
you
the
walking
show
around,
before.
you walk around with your buns all hanging out, and a
It's
guy
just
looks
fun
at
for
it.
gay men and
you know,
women.
Gay men, some gay guy will look at it, and you gonna want to cut him because he looking at you with your pants hanging down because your behind is hanging out. I have issues with that, gentlemen. Pull your pants up.
Pull your pants up.
If you don't want nobody looking at it, pull your pants up.
When they say it's for the ladies to see, ladies, do you guys want to see that?
Not necessarily.
I think there's a point with
depends on the
where it
ass.
should stop.
So it's for the guys.
Like, if you are like, okay, so there's the appropriate, tasteful way to do that, if you're going to do it, is that there should just be at the top of the cheek.
Sliver of butt.
Just a sliver
Top
of
of
butt.
the cheek? A slither of the cheek?
A sliver of the cheek above where the pant line is.
Not all the way under your butt.
Not under your butt, because it looks weird when you have your pants, like, for me, I feel like it looks weird if my pants are all the way up my buttocks.
Are your pants sagging right now?
They are.
Stand up and show us.
No, I can't. I'm mic'd. My mic is taped to my chair.
So you're saying I should be able to see the top of your booty cheek
Just the
hanging out the pants?
top right here, and then
That is kind of sexy, I must
But I
admit.
think
Well-
you say grown man low. I think that's
Grown man low.
There you go.
No. Grown man low is not seeing the top of your booty cheek. Are
No,
you
not
seeing
the
top
butt,
of your
just
booty
the
cheek?
underwear, not the.
Like the
We're
line
not
of
talking
the
about
underwear.
actual skin.
Not the undercarriage.
Oh,
but just
'cause
like
you've seen the
top
guys
of
So the
that-
label, the top of the
Yeah.
label.
Yeah.
You said the top of your booty
You've
cheek.
seen the
Yeah, that
really
is the
young
top.
guys with it underneath their butt, like completely
Yes.
under the cheek.
I'm saying you have
saying the
on
Marky Mark.
you have on a pair of boxers.
Ooh, don't
Don't
sag with boxers.
hold on, you have on boxer briefs, and
Okay,
there's
thank
the
you.
band.
Do people wear
and
boxers
then-
during, like-
I'm just saying you have on boxer briefs. There's the band, and then you have the fabric, and then the line, and that's what people see. And your belt is under the line.
No, we can't. We
People wear boxers.
we
We
don't
cancel
want to
those.
see whole cheek.
We're
Well, that's what I'm
canceling
saying.
that.
I'm just saying.
I
I'm
can
just saying.
can see the tip of that brand band across the top.
Yeah.
I can see a tip. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
put it
yeah.
this way.
If I
Like
can't
that.
show my
That's a
entire
better.
grown
boob,
You described it better than I did.
Okay.
if I
I think
can't
that's
show
a better
my
way
entire
for the
boob,
The
then
brand
they should be
band.
able to show their entire butt.
Hashtag the brand band.
I agree.
I like it.
I have issues with that.
But here's one.
That's my
And
eye
it's gotta be
speak.
some. Okay, wait. And it's got to be some sexy boxer briefs. I don't want to see
And a nice butt.
striped boxers. Like the old
First
Grandpa
off,
Al Bundy.
I'm confused.
striped
Do people wear boxers during the
People
day?
wear boxers.
I think.
Who are these people?
Uh-oh.
Geriatric men?
I'm
are
sure.
they?
I'm sure.
We've
there's
got
some
members in the
people-
studio
I'm sure
audience
there's
raising
some
their
people-
hands.
The
It's
studio's
okay, so
going
listen.
crazy in here because they all got on
I
boxes.
do not know.
Who are the- you
All
know-
I know is that they're only comfortable to me like when it's.
Well, to all you men out there who are still wearing boxers in the daytime, no woman finds it sexy. It's not
Stop
sexy.
it.
Why
Wear
are they
to
wearing
bed.
them at night? Why do they own
No.
them? They shouldn't
Boxer
even
briefs
I'm with
burn
you right
and
there.
ban.
I'm with you right there. Just throw them away. Burn
and
your
ban.
bras.
Boxers.
Boxers.
Burn
Boxers.
and ban. Nobody wants that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our panel have spoken.
It's granny panties for men. It's granny panties for men.
Our
It's
female
disturbing.
panel members have spoken. Take those boxers off, okay? They don't like them. That's the consensus of We Speak. The females on We Speak do not like boxer briefs. Okay.
No, boxer briefs we like.
We like boxer briefs.
Oh, you like
and we
boxer briefs?
No boxers.
You don't like boxers?
Are like
Okay.
granny
I'm sorry.
panties.
Okay.
Granny
Okay.
panties.
Two things that I saw that annoyed me. One, I saw a female sagging. Blew me. Just
A straight
completely-
female?
A straight female. Well, I don't know. It didn't really matter. She
But
was
not like a
sagging.
Leah where she had like a little bit of.
That was sexy.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
hot.
That was
Leah
sexy.
could-
No, it wasn't sexy.
It wasn't sexy.
It wasn't sexy.
Okay.
Okay.
And another thing, when you see a little 8 or 9 year old child, or a 7 or 8 year old child sagging, you have no idea what you're doing. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. I have an issue with that too. I do. But I don't have children, so I tend not to go too deep in that because I don't have kids, and so I don't want anyone calling or sending Tony an email saying he don't have kids. So how are you gonna talk about
Well,
it?
here's the thing. Speaking of sagging, and I would like to piggyback on that because sagging is an issue for me because they say 85% of women wear the wrong bra.
Mm-hmm.
I want women to stop sagging in the bra and wear the right size bra. The studio
Get
audience is
measured.
clapping. I want them to get measured and wear the right size bra because
There's-
sagging is not just an issue for men.
Right.
Women are sagging.
Okay, so listen, I think especially for like some of the guys, like I don't know the protocol for buying a bra. So can you educate us and then perhaps the women watching on how to go about purchasing
I'm glad you-
the right bra
I'm good.
You first get measured.
for your breasts?
They have to get measured. So I was talking to a young lady recently. We had the same conversation, and she said, "I'm a such and such double D." You are not. You're not.
Why does she think that though?
Because that's the highest size Victoria's Secrets sells.
And she's been wearing that bra for so long.
And she's
so she
been
just
wearing a bra for
figures
so
that's the
long.
bra.
And they will tell you that's your size because that's the biggest size they have. And so she's falling out. She's like, oh no, I like giving cleavage.
Oh.
That's a whole new set of tits that's coming out.
Those women that have this, they have like 8 sets of boobs. They have like the set that's in the bra, right here, and
That's
then
on top
go
and
down
then
the
on the
side
side.
and on the bottom because somebody told them that was the size they were, and they've never gone to get remeasured as their body changed. Now your body changes and your boobs grow. They change in size all the time.
Right.
And people are wearing the wrong bra. Go to Nordstrom, they go up to like a size M or something like that.
2 M's.
I have another question.
There should be none coming out the top, none under the arm, none under the bottom.
The right bra makes the
Do
biggest difference.
women change their bras every day like you change underwear? I don't know
what other women do. But
Bras are underwear.
Okay, I mean, I was just curious. I
You
don't
mean like,
know
do I have on the
this.
same bra I had on yesterday?
I mean, yeah.
What's like your T-shirt? Do you wear the same
Exactly. So I changed it. Okay.
No.
Okay.
And plus, not every bra works for every outfit.
Every outfit.
You can't wear the same bra all the time. Like it doesn't
Well, look
work.
at that.
You,
My shirt is sheer. If I had
Ladies
on the
and
bra,
gentlemen, and our studio audience, please send an email
no sagging.
to WeSpeak@Facebook.com if you want to know more about how to pick a bra. Do not hesitate.
Listen, that was educational.
We got you covered.
Please.
Literally, we
Please.
got all of you covered.
got all of
with
You
no
can address
spilling.
all your concerns to Riley or Shayna. They will be happy to help you. WeSpeak@Facebook.com. How about that?
That's it.
How about
Hashtag
that?
no sagging.
Hashtag no sagging.
No sagging.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to wrap our show. This is going to wrap our show up for today. I want to thank you all once again for joining us or joining me here for We Speak, and it's been a great show. Thank you on aging and beauty, for which again I couldn't have a more pleasing panel here today. Ladies and gentlemen, watching and our studio audience, thank you for tuning in today. We look forward to seeing you again when next we speak.